right, welcome back. It has been a minute. This year is shaping up to be one of the biggest years ever for financial technology. I had taken a little break from making videos, but I've been feeling just really excited about where things are at right now in the industry. And I just decided I think it's time for me to have my comeback. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, I'm Sarah. I am a software engineer and I have been working in the fintech space for the last 5+ years, specifically with an emphasis in blockchain and Web3. So today I just want to talk to you about some of those things that I think are going to be huge this year. So these are my top 5 trends that I think you should keep an eye on. Number 1 is DeFi. I think at this point it's no secret that DeFi is having massive growing mainstream adoption. Given even just from a political standpoint where things are at, especially in the United States, digital assets in general are poised to really just completely explode this year. A lot of red tape has kind of been being removed, and there's also just a huge influx of new investors into the space. I think the 2 key areas of this to really pay attention to are going to be tokenized RWAs and CBDCs. RWAs are just a tokenized version of a real-world asset. So this basically makes something like a traditional stock tradable on-chain. It really makes traditional assets more liquid, more accessible, and easier to manage. Traditional finance is getting involved into crypto more than ever, and I'm personally a big fan of tokenized RWAs, and I think that's going to be absolutely huge this year. CBDC stands for Central Bank Digital Currency. There are some major economies exploring pilot programs with CBDCs right now. The idea there is really a twofold benefit of modernizing payment systems, and also especially in countries with higher percentages of lower banked people, inclusion into the financial system. I think we're going to see central banks looking to compete with or complement private digital currencies. Now, along with DeFi taking center stage, naturally we are seeing growing regulatory attention. And I think the second trend that's going to be big this year is RegTech. Companies are kind of scrambling right now to stay compliant when it comes to things like crypto and when it comes to data privacy, and all these issues that are becoming more and more forefront with the evolution of AI and all these other things that are going on. And not only that, but they're having to worry about this on kind of a cross-border and multiple jurisdiction sort of scale. We're kind of reaching a point in tech where working across international regulations is no longer optional. It's kind of just a necessity for many businesses. The world is getting more connected than ever before. I think the whole TikTok debacle is a great example of this. You have data handling and privacy questions raising national security concerns across multiple countries, not to mention the business implications. So even though TikTok isn't a fintech platform, it shows how easily these global services can get entangled in regulatory challenges. And when you're a fintech company handling sensitive financial data, it becomes only more critical. So to kind of cope with these constantly evolving regulations, businesses are turning to AI and machine learning tools, things that can automatically monitor and alert them to potential compliance breaches in real time. It's worth it for companies to invest heavily into regulatory tech if it can help them prevent having, heavy legal fines and issues down the line. I'm very much expecting that we'll see RegTech solutions really taking over compliance in fintech this year. Trend number 3 is embedded finance. Embedded finance is basically the integration of financial services into non-financial platforms. So you can think about, buy now, pay later, or splitting the cost kind of features in rideshare apps. Basically anything where an embedded service kind of reduces friction in the payment process. Again, I think TikTok is another good example of this with the TikTok shop. I recently ordered an eyeshadow from the TikTok shop, and I am not one to order things from social media apps. I've been on Instagram for a decade now, and the ads, it never gets me. But TikTok finally did get me, and it was frighteningly easy. If you've ever ordered something from the TikTok shop, you basically press one button and it's suddenly arriving at your house. It almost doesn't even feel real. I think this year, this is a level of convenience that consumers are going to start to expect, especially when it comes to e-commerce. I think retail, travel, all kinds of different brands are going to start jumping onto this bandwagon because this is going to open up new revenue streams for them. Trend number 4 is AI-driven personalization in fintech. You're probably familiar with the general concept of tailored experiences across different apps and platforms. The algorithm kind of serves to you content and recommendations that's based on your behavior and what you like to consume. This is nothing new, but I think we're going to start to see this level of personalization applied to finance and specifically trading. With large language models now, the game is going to be completely different. Bankers and traders are going to be able to ask questions in natural language, have queries and calculations and aggregations and all of that done behind the scenes for them, and just get back a nice, easy text summary or chart summary. Lenders and insurers and banks are going to be able to adjust rates and loans and risk and all that stuff on the fly. When you think about the capabilities here for like real-time risk assessment, real-time strategy adjustment, this stuff becomes really powerful. 2025 is going to be the year that fintech companies are going to have to keep up with these trends in order to stay competitive. Last but not least, trend number 5 is green tech. Sustainability is becoming a top priority. There's been a lot of attention around, certainly in the past, around the energy usage of various blockchains, and now especially the energy usage and the water consumption as well of various AI computations. And to meet this need, we're seeing the rise of sustainable investing platforms. More apps are focusing now on ESG metrics, environmental, social, and governance, with the goal being to help users invest with their values in mind, something that has proven especially important to the Gen Z consumer base. We're seeing eco-friendly banking as a trend, where digital banks are basically rewarding consumers for eco-conscious spending. I think green tech implementations within the tech stack are going to be really important for fintech companies, especially in terms of their marketing strategy, particularly when it comes to appealing to younger audiences. And it is important. There's no way we can continue building stuff if we don't take care of the earth that provides us with the resources to do so. But I think in 2025, it's going to be more important than ever to build with that in mind. All right, those are my top 5 fintech trends to watch for this year. Definitely let me know what you think about these trends in the comments, and let me know what you think are going to be big trends this year. I have a whole list of videos planned out that I am super excited to make, so I'm looking forward to getting back on the grind and just reconnecting with all of you guys. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.